we're going to start by thanking out all of our partners in law enforcement that are here today, as well as the many advocates who have joined us from the autism community. The Blue Envelope program is a true partnership, an example of how great things can be accomplished when our departments work together. The Blue Envelope program is simple, and it's designed to enhance communication and understanding between law enforcement and individuals with autism and similar disabilities during a routine traffic stop. With us this afternoon are certainly so many members of the community that's coming together to do that, but here on the Board of Legislators, we are here with the Chairman of the Board of Legislators, Vidat Gashi, Legislators Nancy Barr, Legislator Erica Lang-Pierce, Legislator Jewel Williams-Johnson, and Legislator Terry Clemens. And we're certainly going to have the Chairman of the Board come up and mention everyone else again when we're doing that. We're here with Commissioner Terrence Rayner, who is the Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety for Westchester County. We are here with the Director for the Office for People with Disabilities, Evan Latena, with us here, as well as our liaison for our commission, our Council for People with Disabilities, Shari Rosen Asher. We have the Westchester Institute for Human Development Manager of Pre-Vocational Programs, Eleanor Evangelista, and we certainly have Karen Horowitz here, who is the chair of the Advisory Council for the Council for People with Disabilities. We're going to continue to talk about this particular program, and I know we're going to be joined shortly by the Deputy County Executive, Richard Wishney, as well. The Blue Envelope program, and this is one example of the Blue Envelope that's here, where participants will receive a blue envelope to store their driver's license, registration, and insurance card. And police officers will be trained to see and understand what that blue envelope signifies. The blue envelope will also contain information for both the driver and law enforcement officers in order to better facilitate a calm and effective interaction. Implementing the Blue Envelope program in Westchester County was a very easy decision. The program creates a simple way for drivers with autism or similar disabilities to discreetly communicate their condition while providing helpful information to police officers during a routine traffic stop. You know, most of us get super nervous anytime we see law enforcement around, even when we're doing everything perfectly. So the challenges of folks that have autism working and be able, and so many times not being verbal, this particular program is so critically important to making sure that information can be passed along both discreetly on one side, but also giving our law enforcement partners additional information to do the work that they do so well. These blue envelopes will help reduce anxiety for drivers, as well as give law enforcement officers that clear indication that a driver may require more patient or an alternative communication method. The Blue Envelope program will ensure a safer and more comfortable experience for everyone involved. So with that, we're going to turn over to a person that was championing this effort here at the County Board of Legislators, and he is a dynamic man and a chairman here as well, my friend Vidat Gashi. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, County Executive Ken Jenkins. I want to introduce again my colleagues that are here. We are joined by Nancy Barr, who is chair of the Committee on Health and Human Services, and Terry Clemens, who was chairing our Committee on Public Safety. Also here with Erica Pierce and Jewel Williams-Johnson, advocates on their own right for both mental health and the disabled community. I don't want to go too far without recognizing the impact of George Duff Bailey, a constituent and an advocate for this program. He's the way I found out about it. He came to me and said, this is a program and the program exists and can we bring it to Westchester? That started my interaction with this particular issue. The more I learned about it, we find that the sheriff's organization was promoting it and pushing it. This is a program that's going to help the disabled community. It helps our friends in law enforcement and is good for our community in general. And this is a program with very low cost and extremely high impact. So I couldn't be happier to be here and supporting it. And I will say, going from that Duff Bailey, to me, to my colleagues, to the county executive, and these things happen really fast in the grand scheme of things. And I think that's possible to happen when it's an easy program to support, and this one is. So thank you again, County Executive, for your efforts. Thank you to our advocates in the disability community for the neurodivergent among us, and thank you, of course, to our friends in law enforcement for embracing and pushing this vital initiative. It's really important that we do that, and I am extremely happy to be here for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. At this time, we're going to ask the Commissioner for the Westchester County Department of Public Safety, Terrence Raynor, to come up and give his thoughts around this program, because he knew about it before all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, County Executive Ken Jenkins, and thank you to all for being here this afternoon and advocating and supporting this very innovative, compassionate initiative that stands to make some police interactions safer and more understanding. I look at this program as a simple but thoughtful tool designed to improve interactions between drivers with autism and law enforcement during traffic stops. For many people, a traffic stop is at worst a minor inconvenience. However, for those on the autism spectrum, a traffic stop can be overwhelming, confusing, and even frightening. Flashing lights, direct questions, it brings about a high-pressure environment which can lead to misunderstanding. Certain behaviors like avoiding eye contact, delayed verbal responses, or increased anxiety can be misread by even the most seasoned police officer. And what begins as a routine traffic stop can escalate simply due to a lack of awareness or understanding on both sides. And this program does seek to change that. The blue envelope is not just a tool, it also serves as a bridge between law enforcement and members of the neurodiverse community. The beauty of this program lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require new laws, new equipment, extensive training for its implementation. It only takes awareness, empathy, and a small blue envelope that can make a big difference. So I want to thank the New York State Sheriff's Association for not only bringing this program to the attention of Westchester's law enforcement community, but also for the generous supply of blue envelopes to be distributed amongst the many agencies within our county. Thank you to Chief Barbalette and Chief Guevara, President and Vice President of the Westchester County Chiefs of Police Association, for their support in reaching out to the many chiefs of police who embraced this program and committed their agency's involvement. And of course, to our county executive, Ken Jenkins, for his support of the program, his rollout during what is National Month of Autism Awareness. And I may have said that wrong, but you know what I mean. This is Autism Awareness Month, right? And so I'm proud to be a part of this. I haven't spoken to him about the additional funding, but I can promise the general public that an order will be placed for additional blue envelopes, and our desire, speaking with Chief Barbalette, Chief Guevara, our desire is to get as many envelopes out to as many people who need or want them in our county, because keeping our county safe in a collective collaboration like this is what we all aim to do as chiefs and commissioners of police. So thank you, County Executive Jenkins.
Thank you, Commissioner. And thank you so much, Commissioner Rayner. And again, it's an opportunity to continue to point out that the interaction and work of our professionals in the law enforcement community, the Chiefs of Police Association, which it recognizes and connects all of the chiefs of police, chiefs and commissioners throughout Westchester County, working with the Sheriff's Department from the New York State Association of Sheriffs to be able to come up with a great program. Again, sometimes it comes through very different means to get to the point that, guess what, we're moving forward on something that it was not very hard to do. And government can do that together when we have great ideas that come up, and then people just say, hey, wait, we've been doing that, and then connect everyone together. So speaking of bringing people together, up next is the Executive Director for the Office of People with Disabilities, Evan Latana. Evan, come on up.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank the County Executive and our Board of Legislators for bringing this truly great program to Westchester County. Also, thank you to Commissioner Rayner for bringing this and pushing this also. I'd like to thank my partners as well, from Sherry Asher, our liaison to my office, Karen Horowitz, our chair for our Council for People with Disabilities, and Eleanor Evangelista, manager for WIHD Project Search Program. This is just another tool in our toolbox of making opportunities for people with disabilities, specifically on the autism spectrum, to feel comfortable, to be part of everyday life. And with that, I only see great things moving forward. So thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to the success of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evan. And again, working with the Board of Legislators, people may recognize that the Council for People Council on People with Disabilities was created by the Board of Legislators less than 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, to be able to do all that work that the legislators had to do to identify all the concerns that they had. And that council has been awesome in bringing information back to all of us, both to the Board of Legislators and to the County Executives team, to be able to populate. And whether it's as simple as making sure things are better in airports or working around, this is another example of that. So at this time, we're going to ask the Westchester Institute for Human Development Manager of Pre-Vocational Programs, Eleanor Evangelista, to come up and share her thoughts.
Good afternoon. My name is Eleanor Evangelista, and I am the Manager of Vocational Programs at WIHD. I oversee a program for young adults known as Project Search, partnering with New York Presbyterian Hospital in Bronxville, as well as White Plains Hospital. Our program assists young adults in gaining life skills, social skills, vocational skills, all towards the goal of gaining employment and personal independence. We collaborate with the Westchester County Board of Legislators and directly with the Westchester County Office for People with Disabilities, bringing travel training to our Project Search interns, covering usage of Metro North, the Beeline bus, and paratransit, as well as training on safety skills needed as a pedestrian or a bicyclist. Driving a car is an ability that many of our very capable individuals, including my own son, Paul, can master the mechanics of. But as a parent, my concern is not whether he can operate a car, but more about the outside forces he may have no control over, such as other drivers he may encounter, or how he might manage communicating with law enforcement should there be an accident or a traffic stop. Anxiety and fear often accompany disabilities such as autism, and comprehension can be lowered in the midst of a stressful situation like that. Coincidentally, my son Paul just asked us on his 26th birthday, just this past Saturday, for the gift of 10, I don't know why 10, but 10 driving lessons, which we hesitantly agreed to. I had recently learned about the Blue Envelope program and how it's been implemented in such states as California and New Jersey. So when I received an invitation from Evan to join you here today, because County Executive Ken Jenkins was launching the initiative here, it was like the stars kind of aligned for us. Thank you for your awareness for recognizing the need for this program, and for addressing the training involved for our police that will be needed. Hopefully, you'll consider expanding the initiative because there are parents that are driving younger children that also need to have a way to let law enforcement know that there's a young person in the vehicle that may have a reaction if they have a traffic stop. So I don't know, maybe a magnet on the car, but we'll get to that another day. Thank you for working to protect my son and other future drivers like him and assisting them towards their next step in gaining personal independence safely. Thank you.
First, thank you so much, Eleanor, and it's really important, again, it really doesn't matter, as you were just pointing out, everyone, whenever the lights might go on for whatever reason, or having an interaction with a level of authority, that people get challenged. And again, when in Autism Awareness Month, that we're trying to do something that is important for the community on a program that's been recognized by just the Sheriff's Association of Westchester County, Police Chiefs Association, Commissioner Rayner, and the Board of Legislators hearing this information, bringing that all up to us. Evan and the team from the Office with People with Disabilities was able to take something and, again, turn it around extremely quickly. Government can move and make sure that it's taking care of business in a way. I'm not sure why it was 10 lessons, right? I think that number 10 is just like a magic number, and everyone says they need to have 10 of those things together. So we always want to make sure that we continue to do the work together to make sure that we're moving forward. I know I saw my friend Seth Berman from the WJCS, Westchester Jewish Community Services. WJCS is here as well, and they do so many great programs as well. And I also noticed that Legislator Tubiolo is being represented here, so we make sure to shout out Legislator Tubiolo, and this way we can all make sure to be recognized. But more importantly, all of the members and everyone standing here together, whether they're Board of Legislators, whether they're police, law enforcement professionals, whether they're the people that interact with people every day and trying to make their lives better, this simple blue envelope with the instructions written clearly on it on how to do that can make things feel so much easier. And for whether it's a family member or a friend, we all have someone that we know that can utilize this particular thing, and it is available today. Right? It's not something that we're going to wait around to have some things going forward. We're going to be able to move this forward. And again, we want to thank everyone. We want to thank the chair for, Chairman Gashi, for bringing this up. And then we found out all these pieces when we move around. And again, the commissioner and law enforcement was already working on these things and trying to figure out how to roll it out. And guess what? Some things happen amazingly by making sure they move forward. We're not really worried about additional expenses from that. I'm pretty sure we got that covered, should that happen to be the case, but I'm really comfortable, and I want to thank everyone for being here today as we roll out this very, very important and a brand new program for us here in Westchester County that's been executed in so many other places, but again, during Autism Awareness Month. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm County Executive Ken Jenkins, and let's keep moving forward with the Blue Envelope program.